Ninja entry. Hola, Taekwondoistas. Today we're going to talk about the Kihap and what it is, why it's important, and how you can use it to build your spirit and confidence. And additionally, we'll talk about how it relates to Tony Robbins, the well-known business strategist, entrepreneur, and peak performance coach. So what is a Kihap? I came across the Kihap a couple weeks ago when I started Taekwondo, and it's basically when you hear of martial artists making a noise when they kick or hit. So it's the famous "Aya" or "Ha" or any kind of spirit yell when you're in martial arts. That was new to me, and so I decided to do a little research. And it's more than just expelling air from your body in order to execute the kick or punch more fluidly and with more strength. It's also a spirit cry. So what you're doing is you're actually taking in ki energy, and I did a video on ki energy and how it can help you in I think video 3. So the ki up helps you with strength, power, and your breath, basically, because it's taken in the energy. But looking deeper into it, it's also a measure of your spirit and projecting your spirit out there and projecting your confidence out there as well. Because when you key up, you not only position yourself for more strength and power, you also are letting out your spirit and your authenticity and your personality and basically your person. You're letting the world know who you are and you're finding your voice. I thought about this a lot, and it's very, very important to key up because you're finding your voice essentially. And a lot of times in society, people try to silence you, and it's awkward to yell. Like it's not accepted in society to yell when you're kicking. And I know that people who don't do martial arts will probably watch martial arts videos and think, why are these people yelling unnecessarily? Well, it's not unnecessary, and it's not yelling either. It's a spirit cry. And people say you could use it to startle your opponent, to knock them off balance psychologically, but I think it's more, the way I use it is finding my voice. And I feel that when I key up, the more I key up, I get more and more energy generated inside of me, and that makes you a lot more confident, not only because your kicks and punches have more power, but because you yourself are unleashing kind of something in your spirit out into the world. So on a metaphysical sense, you're creating value. You're giving yourself out, you're giving of yourself, of your spirit, you're projecting it out there, you're finding your voice. And nothing is created until you find your voice and you share with the world what you know. That in essence is Kihapping, but Kihapping is more about taking in the ki energy, building it up, building power in what you do. And I think it's a very noble aspect of martial arts, and it's something that I completely respect and admire. And I think it's something you could use in your daily life. You don't have to yell every time you hit something or kick something, if you're even doing that. But on a day-to-day basis, just finding your voice. Kihapping means to me finding your voice. And that made me think, where else have I found my voice? And if any of you have been to a Tony Robbins seminar, like he's always asking you to yell. He's always asking you to, make the sound of your spirit unleashed. Make the sound of feeling this. Make the sound of that. And every other minute, you are making sounds. You are yelling. You are expressing yourself through sound. And that's essentially what Kihap is on another level. And then I thought, what Tony Robbins is doing is he's making us Kihap all the time. And that's why when we leave, we feel empowered. We feel like we found our voice. We feel like we found our purpose. And that's what Kihapping is doing to us as well. And so anyone that progresses through martial art and they are Kihapping and they're doing it from their soul and not just from the top part of your chest. You know, if you key up from the top part of your chest, you're like, ah, yeah. It's not very powerful. When you do it from your stomach, from your diaphragm, it's like, ah, yeah. It's so much more powerful. You could use that everywhere in your daily life. So when you are talking to your dog, for instance, and you're saying, hey, you know, don't touch that, or you're saying, stop. I mean, it has a totally different feel to it. It's using your voice to lead. It's using your voice to influence. And not only do we do that in martial arts, we also do that in Tony Robbins seminars. So I found it very, very compatible and very interesting. And I wanted to share the importance today of finding your voice and finding your authenticity and showing your spirit and being able to create. And I think that's one of the highest forms of humanity. And for that, we have martial arts to thank. Thanks so much. If you liked this video, if you learned something, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Ninja exit.